And Azomite, you want to talk about that a little bit, or?
Yep. So Azomite is one of the amendments that I don't currently use anymore. I have found that it doesn't contain enough of anything to realistically be of any use. That's what I found about it. It says it has A to Z micronutrients and minerals, but when we're looking at a sufficiency perspective, the amount of Azomite that you would have to bring into a system to actually have the right amount of calcium or manganese or zinc or that other stuff is just not there. It just doesn't exist. So, but there are things that are associated with, that have been associated with Azomite, such as heavy metals and aluminum, that could have detrimental impact on the soil. So this is one of those things where, for me, the cons outweigh the pros. So I don't see a big benefit. If I wanted to add in a type of rock mineral, I'm looking at it from what perspective? Why am I bringing in this rock mineral? Do I need to increase my ECE? Do I need to bring in calcium? Do I need to bring in phosphorus? All my micronutrients are covered because I have micronutrient sulfates, and I have also meals, organic meals that contain those things. So it's more of just like a luxury thing. If you want to add it in, you can. I don't recommend relying on it for anything in specific, because it's not going to do one specific thing. It's just kind of a luxury item to have that you could use. And I always go with the less is more approach, right? If it's not something that if I don't have to spend extra money on it, if it's not necessary, I'm not going to, especially not at scale, because all of those additional costs, they all add up. And as a small business and as a farmer, all of those additional costs are something that we could have put back into our pocket at the end of the day and used for, to take the family on vacation, get some much needed R&R, or, to get the tractor repaired or get the tools that we need to be successful. So I'm always looking at this from a really cost analytical perspective, and that's actually the reason why I got into organics, because I did hydroponics for 11 years, and then I switched to soil, and I was using chemical synthetic fertigation salts, and it wasn't until I needed to find a better business model, how I could reduce my costs, that I really started to look at all of the inputs. And that's the biggest thing. As a cultivator, there's so many products on the market, and one of the classes that we're going to be doing, and we'll have that live on our Patreon, is going to be, I'm going to have the people that come into the class bring stuff in from their home that they're using, and we're going to talk about what is in there. If you have a bottled nutrient, let's say advanced nutrients, right, or something like that, that's 96% water, and it has a little bit of diammonium phosphate, some magnesium sulfate, and potassium sulfate in it. Well, you can buy all those things in bulk and save yourself on shipping a bunch of water and getting ripped off. You're being overcharged, and then you're being taxed for shipping. And so it's really important for any person who's cultivating at home to understand what the product is that they're using. And if they're using X product that has this, this, and this, and this in it, know individually what these components are used for and what benefits they have. And then figure out, hey, can I figure out how to apply this single element itself? Like if something has bone meal and crab meal and Epsom salt and gypsum and humic and fulvic acids and all this other stuff, and they're jacked up the price way high because they blended it, when you have to look at that. You have to be able to distinguish what is in the products that you're using and figure out if you could do it more cost effective, or if you're being, charged extra money just because there's a fancy logo on it.
This clip is brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrow at 15 to save on any of their products.